So how do you get your kids to do your homework?
Ruth Rumack is here, as I call you, Ruru, the homework guru. So good to see you, Ruth.
Thank you.
Okay, let's first of all start off with learning styles. There are different ways that children learn.
Yes, there are many different ways. You can be an auditory learner where you learn best from hearing or from talking about it. You can be a visual learner where you learn best from seeing it and looking at maps and pictures and diagrams. And you can be a kinesthetic learner where you learn best by doing, by acting it out, or by actually making and doing with your hands. Like me, I'm obviously a kinesthetic learner.
What can you do to try and define which one you are or which blend you are?
You know what? Usually it is a blend. It's not just one or the other. You're a combination, and things can shift as well. So what do you do? There are surveys online if you really want to know. But I think if you just look at yourself and how you learn best, what feels most natural and how you remember things best, that will give you a good guideline in terms of what type of learner. And there's a logic learner too.
As does this. Check it out on your screen. We're going to go through the different types of homework personality traits. Safe to say most of us in this business are this one. I am the procrastinator.
King of procrastination.
It happens, right? Procrastination is something that it's partly anxiety and it's partly, you know, just other things are more exciting than sitting down to do your homework. But if you break it down into smaller pieces, it's really helpful. Sometimes a child just doesn't know how to start. So if you help them get on the right path, then off they go, they'll know what to do.
So a solution is a timer.
Setting a timer. So this is a visual timer where you can actually see the beads. Sometimes that can be more distracting, but online there are all sorts of visual timers. There are timed timers where you can see the time actually moving away, but something that gives you a motivation, a piece of time that you can work towards. Set it for 5 minutes. See what you can do in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Perfectionist is the next one. I think we all struggle with this at times as well.
So perfectionist is somebody who really wants to do a good job, and they are going to stop at no length to do it, and including erasing that sentence 5 times so that there's a hole in the paper. So what you want to do for the perfectionist is remove that anxiety and allow them to make some mistakes and say, you know what, it doesn't have to be 100%, make it 80%, and then we'll go back and we'll edit it. Or don't worry about spelling, we'll worry about spelling after.
Okay, up next, disorganized or forgetful. So what do we do to remedy that?
Well, that's a tricky one. I think we have lots of visuals for that type of learner. So, you know, types of learners that are forgetful, we like to put some things right on the bag here. There's a key ring. And if your child continues to forget things, put it right on the bag. There's some pictures that I made laminated. So remember to bring your lunchbox home. Remember to bring your agenda home. Remember to bring your shoes home. These are just quick reminders. You can put them up on the locker. You can put them up at the door on the way to school. And also, I think for forgetful, you want to take pictures of things. So if you're in the classroom, ask the teacher for permission to take a picture of the homework board instead of just you know, writing it down in the agenda, or take a picture of your assignment and then send it to yourself.
And then it's waiting for you, which is great. Rusher and minimalist.
Minimalist is the person who does like to do the very bare minimum, just a little bit. You say one sentence, they write one sentence. So for this, you want to use a checklist, and you want to make sure that they are getting the categories. They're getting all of the pieces that they need to get, so they don't forget and they get full marks for it.
Now, my sisters were super disciplined and motivated. I was not. I was motivated by the couch, a cartoon, and some chips.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that if you're not motivated?
You know, I think you have to keep it relevant, and teachers do a good job of trying to make it real world and applying things and knowledge that will be interesting to the student. But at home, you can talk about, oh, you know, this reminds me of a time that I did this as a parent, and maybe sharing that might gain motivation, or put your child in that situation so they can practice.
Now, what do you do if they're a bit of everything? Well, I see a bit of everything with my son sometimes with some of this.
I think that you just have to be flexible, and you have to find the thing that motivates that student at that time. And different things are going to motivate in different situations. So if it's something they're really interested in, that child who's not so motivated is probably going to be right on it. But if it's something that they're not, we're going to have to use a few more incentives, perhaps.
Now, how do you create that space that is conducive to work and learning? You say it has to be organized. Sometimes little things help.
Yes.
You get sorted.
I love organization. I love the workstation. So I created this. It's a little caddy. It's on a Lazy Susan. Sorry, Mom. That's my mom's name. But it's
not lazy.
No, not at all. So it's got full mason jars with all the things that you need. The thing about this station, it can be anything. It can be a cutlery caddy. It could just be a drawer full of stuff. But you want to make sure you have the right supplies at the right time and keep it stocked, because the last thing you want to do is be searching for a pencil when it's time to do the homework. homework.
And keep it separate from everything else. Don't let it get blended in with the rest of life.
Exactly. Keep a stack of papers, the different kinds of papers that you might need, graph paper, blank paper, line paper, colored paper, whatever you think might come up. Organization. These little boxes are fun.
They're so
you know,
cute.
they're really cute, and they are nice because you can keep a different thing in each one, nice and color-coded, and always have stapler, hole punchers, all of those accessories that you need to keep the binders organized as well.
The duo tanks and everything, right?
Yeah, this is nice because if you have a very stuffed binder, you might want to remove some of the work, and I've labeled it not just by subject but also by term. So at the end of the term, you know you're going to take all of your work and put it in there until the end of the year for the exam.
Organization is half the battle, isn't it? Because then you don't have excuses to stop.
You know,
I don't have a pencil, forget it, I'll get back to this later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've got everything at your hand. I even included a plant. I think it'd be nice to put your homework station in a nice green area. Some light is good light, and also good chair.
Great tips.
Perfect.
Where do
Thank
we
you
find
very
out
much.
more information?
RuthRumack.com.
Thanks, Ruth.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Let's head up to Nicole. Nicole, what's up?